So this is my Ramsa WR S4415, and it is an all analog board. And today we're just going to make a song from scratch. So I'm going to record it, everything, all the instruments through the board, and then into Pro Tools. And for today, think of Pro Tools as like the tape deck. So it's just somewhere to hold my recording. So I'll record everything through the board. Pro Tools will hold it. I'll send it back out through my interface outputs and then do a mix down. So I'll do have drums on a fader, bass on a fader, Rhodes will be stereo, and that's pretty much it. It's kind of like a neo soul jazz groove, so not many instruments. So no processing will be happening in the box. I'll EQ everything from here and get my levels right, and then kind of drive these preamps and the master fader and see what kind of warmth and analog sound we can get through that. So everything will happen through the board. So like I mentioned, we got drums, bass, and Rhodes. The drums, I'm just going to have a drum loop, and then the Rhodes and bass I'm going to record right now through the Ramsa. And then when I do the mix down and send everything out from Pro Tools through my interface, which is just a Behringer, so there's 4 outputs. So through the interface into the Ramsa, that's when the drums will be entering the board for the first time. And I'll do some EQing there along with the Rhodes and bass EQ, and then get a final mix. Then I'll send it out back into my interface inputs, into a master fader here. I'll put like a loudness meter on it just to check it. But other than that, there'll be no processing in the box. So just recorded Rhodes through the Ramsa, no EQ. I'm going to kind of EQ that later once I get, everything kind of molded together and hear everything. But for the bass that I'm about to record, maybe 6 dB boost at the low shelf of like 70 hertz is where it's set at. And then a bell I'm boosting at like 700 hertz for the mids, trying to get like that mid-range push. Trying to get that mid-range push, and then the high shelf I just have it at 0. I'll kind of be hitting the preamp kind of hard just to get a little bit of breakup and a little bit more character. So just recorded bass. Not my cleanest take, but I'll take it. There's some good stuff in there that I don't mind. And so I have everything into Pro Tools, and I'm going to assign each instrument to an output of my interface so I can get it into the board. So drums, mono, will be going out 1, bass will be going out 2 of the interface, Rhodes is stereo, so go out 3 and 4 of the interface, and it'll just 1/4 inch jacks on the back. Input B is what it's labeled as. And the drums will show up as 5, bass as 6, and Rhodes as 7 and 8. And then we'll just EQ from there and not have to rely on mixing in the box, no processing in DAW. I just want a hands-on EQ. I don't have any compression. We'll see if we can actually get an end product without having any processing in the box. The only thing in the box is just like a loudness meter, just to see that I'm not clipping and things like that. So we'll actually see if we can get a good end product just by mixing on the board and with the limits of this specific board. I don't have really any outboard gear. So let's see. Okay, so let's bring up the tracks. Nice little groove. So definitely want some more punch and just dirtiness from the drums. Let's just see what we have. Let me just disengage these. So right now, I'm definitely wanting some more low end from the kick. A nice pillowy kick. Let's see if we drive it, see what happens. I'll go ahead and EQ that back in. Turn that down. Maybe get more snare, so I'm going to try to find the snare. Cross stick. Right there. That loop's a little hissy, but that's all right. Let's EQ the bass. A little more low end. Let's EQ out some mud of the bass. And let's see how that's working with the drums. And then for the Rhodes, just do a low cut. Maybe boost that 700 of the Rhodes just for more mid push. So I'm gonna send the bass to one of these auxes, probably aux 2, and then take the output of aux 2 and put it into an insert on another channel, and that's where my bass will be. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So I have it set up that aux 1 goes out of the output of aux 1 into channel 14, which will be more EQ for the drums. And then aux 2 goes out into, and these are both inserts bypassing the preamp, goes into insert 15, that's more bass EQ. And yeah, let's EQ some more. So I'm gonna send bass to aux 2. There it is. Get rid of it from here. There it is on channel 15. If I take it out. Right there, get more mid push. We'll do the same for drums. So send drums to aux 1. Take those out. Here they are. Let's EQ out some drum mud. And I want, yep, that's sounding good. Bass is a little hot. Okay, so now I'm going to do a final mix, and what you hear will be the final mix.